to this, Dwight Howard's girlfriend, Royce Reed, sat down with Carlos King on Carlos King's Reality with the King podcast and claimed that Shaq flirted with her while he was married to Shaunie. Take a look.
Prior to the show even starting, I had sent her a thread of where her ex-husband, had been texting me. And nothing ever happened. He actually cursed me out because I wouldn't talk to him. But I wanted everything to be out in the open. I wanted her to see everything, so if anything ever happened or was said, she knew it wasn't true.
So while Shaunie was married to Shaq, Shaq was texting you flirty messages?
Yes, but this was when I was dancing. So,
as a cheerleader?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, after the clip was shared on social media, Shaq responded saying, somebody's money. What do you think about Royce's claims about Shaunie and Shaq? Do you believe it's true? Do you think it happened? Al, you have your ear to the streets. You're friends with a lot of reality stars.
Yeah, I was in Miami at the time. I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm not talking about nobody, but Shaq was the man. Shaq had women. It just seemed to me, he's Muslim. He had a lot of women. Shaq was a beast. I'm sorry. So I don't know personally about this with her, but if any indicator of how he moved, Shaq was the man. He was a beast in them days, baby. So I believe it. And, Royce was very beautiful. She had a great body. She was a dancer. She was small and tiny and cute. That's why a lot of the basketball players, like you guys taught me the other night, we see these guys are groupies. So if one player, professional player, is messing with a girl, another professional player wants to get in on it too. So in my experience, I would say that Royce doesn't have a reason to lie.
Funky, what do you think about this?
Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to go to the comments real quick. And Jalen Wilson said that wasn't even the real tea. The real tea is the shady stuff that Shaunie was doing. And, to her point, I just want to point it out there. What Jalen is probably referring to is the fact that, Roy's woman to woman, just trying to give her the heads up so she don't get embarrassed on this television show, gave Shaunie the information, who allegedly, and then gave Evelyn the information, and was, Evelyn doing Shaunie's dirty work, trying to bring it out on the show, and, in such a way that wouldn't make Royce look super favorable. As far as somebody needing money, Carlos King don't pay for those interviews. I mean, it's these people gain status and a renewal of fame when they go on this thing. And Shaq, you probably would have done better just not responding, because I'm pretty sure Royce probably has the screenshots.
Right, with all them phones she killed.
You know what I'm saying? And then what are you going to do when she puts the screenshots out?
I'm going to say this about Royce. I think this interview did her a solid as far as perception of her. I think, when I didn't really watch Basketball Wives when it came out, but I used to always catch in blogs or little reports, just shade. They made her seem like such a rotten person just from the little bits that I did hear. And I didn't know why. Now we know, because Dwight Howard's fans was coming for her trying to insinuate some things about him that we're now seeing some stuff come to fruition. And I think, right, as a woman, I had a situation like this with a friend recently that I lost as a friend because she did not have the same kind of girl code that Royce is having here. The fact that she went to Shaunie straight up and said, hey, before you find out elsewhere, I'm going to let you know that there was some texting. They didn't mess around. She didn't have to. And some girls would be like, well, I don't need to say nothing unless we smash, and we did not. So what's the big deal? The fact that she even gave her that just so she can have the heads up, I think that's super admirable. I think that's super noble of her, and I wish more people would do that, because the women over here fighting with each other, while a man sitting back laughing, knowing he playing everybody. And I think that's dope. And I think she should be commended for that. So I'm going to just be positive about that with Royce. And Royce, good job with that, because a lot of people don't really have that integrity, especially the half of that just did that to me. All right. Now, also, Royce alleged that a certain man with a lot of money may have put a hit on her. Let's take a look.
I was so scared for so long. That's also why he's so scared of me talking now, because I feel like there's almost even a hit out on me because I am talking now.
Ooh. What do you think about, who do you think she's talking about? And do you believe this? Funky, Let's go to you.
I mean, she's talking about her former baby daddy. That's obvious. And Al can probably help me out with this. The fact that she is talking right now, that suggests to me that maybe her gag order might be up. I don't know if those things have expiration dates on them. But as far as a hit is concerned, I mean, I don't think she has anything to worry about anymore, because as far as an alleged straight man goes, the worst piece of tea that could ever be spilled about Dwight Howard has already been spilled. If you about to just come through and say he's a deadbeat, don't pay child support, gave me herpes, none of that is as bad as the man getting caught with Miss Kitty, who is a transsexual woman, and this other dude, and having to put in court records that you was playing with a dick and sucking it. Right. So, Royce, right. I'm pretty sure any information that you sitting on is not that deep. You safe, sis.
Unless you got some other tea that we don't know that's even worse.
Well, didn't she made these allegations before? That's why the gag order was put on, that he had, same-sex activities. I worked with Royce on Basketball Wives, Miami, and Claudia, I think you hit it. This interview did give her a solid. We learned more about Royce. We've been wanting to hear more from Royce, but it's her verbiage, it's things that she say, like a hit out on me, is the reason why we still look side-eye at her. Maybe a hit was the wrong thing to say, because did he really put a hit out on you, Royce? Or did he just make you extremely scared to talk? And he used his power and his influence to create that fear in you. Because if you think about it, the last thing that man can ever be associated with is a hitman trying to kill or hurt you, the mother of his child. So I didn't like that word. Maybe she should have used a different phrase as far as the fear of God in her or something like that, but not a hit.
We got to go to break, Club, but we got to read this comment. Sorry, production. Imagine trying to embarrass somebody for a decade and you get caught with Miss Kitty.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you get. I'm going to say this. I don't know how much I can say, but as someone that's seen and heard a lot of little things in the business, don't be surprised when some of your faves do have hits or do things like this against people that they're mad at.